Hello everybody, just wanted to do a quick video looking at the 2012 hurricane season. Now, I'm not qualified to do a hurricane forecast in terms of coming up with a number of storms and hurricanes that we're likely to see in the Atlantic during this hurricane season. I'm not qualified to do that, but what I'm going to do is just talk in general terms about what I think is going to happen with the 2012 hurricane season. Now, I'm going to keep this video on YouTube. I'm not going to embed it through to my website, gazweathervids.com. This is my website, by the way, gazweathervids.com, and if you want to check it out, well, just put in gazweathervids.com into your browser and you can have a look at what's on my website. I've got some interesting pages on El Nino and some other matters, particularly related to British and European weather. But if you want to have a look at my website, come and check it out and see what it's all about. But I'm going to keep this video specifically for YouTube. I'm not going to embed it through to my website because this video is primarily, I think, going to be for a US audience and for South American and Caribbean audience. So I'm going to keep this video on YouTube. I won't be embedding it through to my website. So this, as I say, is my website, gazweathervids.com, and come and check it out if you want to have a look at my website. But otherwise, I say this video will be kept on YouTube. Now, if you want to see an extensive hurricane forecast for 2012, if you want to see a really good in-depth forecast, then I would advise you to check out weatherbell.com. And this is weatherbell.com. And this is the website of the legendary Joe Bastardi, and he does really in-depth hurricane forecasts, and he's very rarely wrong about hurricane season. He's got a great record when it comes to forecasting hurricane season. So my advice, if you want a really in-depth forecast for the 2012 hurricane season, check out weatherbell.com and see what Joe Bastardi, the legendary US forecaster, is predicting. He'll be doing prediction for the number of named storms that he's expecting and the number of hurricanes as well. So he really will have an in-depth forecast for you to look at if you want to do that. I'm not going to tell you what he's forecast. I don't want to see his thunder, so if you pardon my pun. So check Weatherbell out for yourself. So what I'm just going to do is talk in very general terms about what I think is going to happen in this hurricane season, based on the very limited knowledge that I have of the hurricane season and how the Atlantic and the oceans respond to the hurricane season. Now, what we need to look at really for hurricane development is the temperatures in the tropical Atlantic, and this is the temperature anomaly from the website uniseas.com for today. And we can see that in the tropical Atlantic, which is this area around here, we've actually got some quite cool waters going on. We've got below normal temperature anomalies through much of the tropical Atlantic, stretching from Africa, which is where those thunderstorms first develop, of course, but eventually form into hurricanes. Those are cooler than average waters then extend through the tropical Atlantic off in towards the Caribbean. So I think what we can look at with this, what we can say with this, is that with cooler than average temperature anomalies through the tropical Atlantic, sea surface temperature anomalies, we are probably looking at a less of a hurricane season than would normally be expected. I think below average really is what I would predict for the coming hurricane season. Now, that's not to say there isn't going to be hurricanes. I think there will be hurricanes. There certainly will be hurricanes. There certainly will be tropical storms, but I think we'll see them with less frequency probably than would normally be the case. And the other thing that really points me towards this idea is that I think we're developing an El Nino through the tropical Pacific there. We can see that the tropical equatorial Pacific there is warm water beginning to develop off the coast of Peru and moving out in towards the ENSO region. The cooler than average waters further out into the western Pacific is gradually fading as those warm waters begin to extend in from Peru. I think it's going to be quite a weak El Nino. I don't think it's going to be a particularly strong El Nino, but again, El Ninos do tend to dampen down the hurricane activity activity. So putting the two things together, I think putting the El Nino together with the cooler than average waters in the tropical Atlantic, I'm going to say that this hurricane season for 2012 is going to be under average. We aren't going to see as many storms or hurricanes as we would normally expect to see in an average hurricane season. So that's my prediction for the 2012 hurricane season. As I say, if you want a really in-depth hurricane season, which goes into the number of storms and hurricanes that can be expected, go to weatherbell.com and you'll be able to see Joe Bastardi's hurricane forecast there. That'll be much more in-depth than this hurricane season. But I hope you found this interesting, and I hope it's been of a little bit of interest for you. That's it for now.